Oh. All right, folks, I'm really excited to introduce to you guys a phenomenal person that has been so much fun to get to know over the past couple of years. I know you've been with North American Senior Benefits as our liaison, as our rep. I think now going on 3 years. You've worked with World Neighbors in the sales department going on 15 years. You are the regional sales manager, and we couldn't be more excited about what is going on in January because I hear you guys are launching a new product. So, Michael Tarenti, do I have you, sir?
You have me, Ashley. Thank you so much for having me. This is my first meeting on the new product. I definitely wanted to be able to roll it out. The product actually rolls out on the 21st. So deployment day is coming.
I know you guys have been really busy. I know that I want to say we were in Scotland together. I think it was 6 months ago in June
hmm
on my birthday. And that was so much fun, by the way. You guys seriously have some of the best carrier trips. So, if you folks want to experience a whole other level of being spoiled, right, Royal Neighbors, because they have so much fun on their carrier trips. And I know that that information is going to be released soon here in the coming weeks with their next trip. So, that being said, let's kind of dive into it because we only have about 30 minutes. So,
Sure.
Michael, what really separates Royal Neighbors from everybody else as far as the competition goes?
Well, first and foremost, I think it's, our rich tradition, our rich history, founded in 1895 by 9 visionary women. If you're not familiar with the story, what was life like in 1895 for women? Well, you couldn't vote, you couldn't own property, you couldn't really do anything, and you didn't really have very many life insurance opportunities. So they got together and formed the foundation of what we know as Royal Neighbors today. So we've been a fraternal benefit society for since 1895. Uh, Strong, rich tradition. We have always been woman led and will always be woman led. And being a membership organization that separates us as well. We've got our member savings programs that are out there. We've got our volunteerism, giving back in our local community. We've got our Nation of Neighbors grant program, and again, honored honored and blessed to be a part of a grant program this past December in Wilmington for Ashley and the Dream Makers Foundation, the Ripple Effect Foundation, where we go out and award $10,000 grants to women that are making a difference in their local community. That's what it's all about right there. I saw it live. I saw it in action. I shed some tears because doing great and being able to see that boots on the ground, that's just awesome. That's what separates Royal Neighbors from other carriers.
Amen on that one. I mean, you guys have so many community chapters. You have over 250,000 members going and strong, member relief funds to member savings programs, the Nation Neighbors, like you were talking about, the Royal Connect, scholarships. There are so many ways, just as our own insurance agents that are with Royal Neighbors, that can really make a difference, just even as an agent. I mean, can I know that we weren't talking about this yesterday, but there's a very unique program that if you Ripple another life. And this is completely outside the Dreammakers Ripple Effect Foundation. But talk to us about that. There's a way that you can actually give back to the community, just being an insurance agent, not being affiliated with anything. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so a couple different ones on that level. One would be the Make a Difference grant program, where you can have a $200 grant for a one-time project that you're doing in your local community. Another one is one we started last year or the year before, and it's just the small acts of kindness, and that's done on a monthly basis, and that actually awards $10 to one of the to the organization of the month, if you will. And a lot of times those have been past Nation of Neighbors recipients. So those little $10 amounts really stack up. So I mean, random act of kindness. What did you do? Well, I was at Costco and little old lady was struggling with her cart and I gave her a hand. Well, that's a small random act of kindness. So that's what I reported yesterday. So the organization for this month gets $10 on my behalf.
I mean, could it be any more simpler? And you're real, you're authentic. And as an organization, I remember meeting Zarifa for the first time in Scotland, and she just is such a wonderful, authentic leader. And I'm so excited for her to be the CEO of Royal Neighbors. So let's dive into this new product. It is called the Insured Legacy Final Expense Simplified Issued Whole Life product. And it's a 4-in-1 product. It is launching, like you said, on January 21st. So let's kind of dive into a little bit of the specifics about the preferred, the standard, graded, and guaranteed issue. Kind of talk about that for us.
Sure. So what we had before in the past is we did have our simplified issue whole life. We did have a graded death benefit product. What we lacked for the portfolio was a preferred rate class and a guaranteed issue. Now, with one application process, you have one appointment with the client, you've got one shot, you're going to get an offer, plain and simple, whether it be for the preferred rate class all the way down through the guaranteed issue. Your simplified issue, as what you know it today, is now basically known as our standard rate class. No changes. Our graded death benefit product that you may or may not have been familiar with. We pay 30% of the face amount in the first year, 70% in the second, 100% and on in years 3 and on, or in case of accidental death. That is our graded death benefit product. Pretty limited on availability once COVID hit and we started pulling back.
Amen. So with the preferred product, there's going to be a couple of changes. You've already said that you guys are going to be the leading product when it comes to price, which is huge. So for example, you guys, the what we're writing currently right now when it comes to Royal Neighbors, that's going to be almost like the standard prices, which is still amazing. The preferred premiums, we were talking about it yesterday and how it's almost reflecting almost like a jet whole life, correct? As far
It's similar. Yeah, we
yeah.
benchmark our premiums against our competitors, and we wanted to make sure that really with the preferred zings. Okay, so that's what we're going after. So in addition to the product changes, we've got our issue ages are changing. Once COVID hit, we had to back off. We couldn't write that 80 to 85 because the mortality was so high at those ages. So we're bringing back the 80 to 85 on the simplified and on the graded. On the guarantee, we're going to go up to age 80 on the guaranteed, and on the preferred, we're going to go up to age 75 on the preferred rate class. So we're trying to bring it out, make a splash, have that again one-stop shop.
Amen on that one. And also, and we'll break that down too. So if you're taking notes, you guys, the age is 50 for the simplified issued whole life. It will go up to 85, but there's going to be brackets here. So just like what he said with the graded products, and again, when you think of graded, think of modified. Okay. Guaranteed issued GI, that is a true, like we were talking about it, where there's no health question. You can just go all the way down. Remember, this is one app, so it's 4-in-1. So if you want a guaranteed issue, he and I have already spoken that, listen, don't go to Royal Neighbors if you already know that this person's going to be a GI rating. You still want to probably go to American Income General, okay? Because the premiums, the commissions, that's not what they want to be known for. They do want to be known for that premium high class and that standard rating. So again, when it comes to the preferred ratings, it's going from age 50 to 75. For standard and graded, aka modified, you're looking at 50 to 85. And then for the guaranteed issue, it's 50 to 80. So there will be no GI product for somebody that has congestive heart failure, for somebody that had a heart attack 2 months ago. They would be completely in the GI rating, guaranteed issue, and it stops at age 80. So talk about some of these extra riders. I know that this new product has a couple of new riders that you didn't have before. So talk to us about that.
Well, I think the biggest one really that we kept hearing over and over and over, two of them actually, and every time I went out to do a NASB meeting, and you guys are my number one. By the way, I forgot to lead with that. I normally lead with that because I know, especially this early in the morning, my brain wasn't completely engaged yet. Yes, NASB is my number one. So when I go out and NASB beats me up and say, we don't have a grandchild rider, we don't have accidental death. Come on, Royal Neighbors, get with the program. Royal Neighbors got with the program. Royal Neighbors is bringing out a grandchild rider. Royal Neighbors is bringing out accidental death. Royal Neighbors is also bringing out a charitable giving rider, which is going to be no additional cost to the client. We are going to pay an additional 1% of the death benefit to a named 501c3. So you're going to see a list of charitable organizations such as the American Cancer Society, American Heart Association, things like that. And the ones that we know, ones that are nationwide. And there you have the opportunity to donate 1% of their death benefit in excess of what's going to the beneficiary at no charge.
Which is brilliant. It's free. Of course, you've got the double accidental death and dismemberment rider. You've got the grandchild rider, which is that 5,000 of a death benefit. And of course, that's going to go up to age 25, correct? So it's just a term rider. It is not whole life, correct?
Correct.
Excellent. You've got the confined to nursing home. You've got the terminal illness rider. So those beautiful things that you have access to, again, that grandchild rider, it is going to be a cost, just like the double accidental death and dismemberment, but it's going to be a really good premium rating because they wanted to be, like I said, that leading premier carrier when it came to that life insurance, the charitable giving right, phenomenal. Now let's kind of dive into when it comes to, which everybody wants to understand, when it comes to the medical health questions, what's the new thing with this product? Because look,
Sure.
World Neighbors has been known for the diabetic neuropathy,
Mhm.
regardless if it's insulin or with metformin. So kind of dive into the differences between preferred and standard with the medical side of it.
Sure. Okay. So additional risk classes come additional information, come availability for us to change it, tweak it a little bit so that we put the client in the right category. We took a look at some of the conditions that are out there, and we are going to ask height, weight. Okay. That's only for the preferred rate class. If they're still 5'2" and 312 pounds, they still qualify for our standard. We're not changing that. But some of the medical conditions that we did tweak a little bit. Okay. Diabetes and neuropathy. That's probably the biggest one that we had feedback on. We were subsidizing a lot there. One of the changes is if they have diabetic neuropathy or any neuropathy and they are not on insulin, they are still going to fall into that standard rate class. If they have diabetic neuropathy and are on insulin, they will now fall into the graded category. So that modified coverage. Okay, that's good. That's the biggest change right now. Another one, a TIA. We're still going to take a TIA. However, a TIA under 1 year will again go into that graded category. A TIA over a year is still into that standard category. Okay, so we're still taking the TIA. We're still taking diabetic neuropathy. One of the biggest ones for us is COPD. That changed to the positive. That can now be a standard rate class with us. Whereas a lot of times before you were bringing in COPD, it was going to fall into the graded. And unless you're one of the special 5 states that we still had the graded in, you got to decline. So COPD can now classify as a standard.
Amen. And I remember you were talking about dementia. So if you have dementia, but you are not in a nursing home, if you have the ability to sign for yourself, that would fall into a graded category, modified, not
Guaranteed.
GI.
Guaranteed.
Oh,
No, it would be GI.
for
Yes.
if they could still sign, but they're not in a nursing
Yes. Yes.
home.
So
Good.
yes. So if they have
Fun.
dementia or Alzheimer's,
Okay.
provided they still have the mental capacity to sign,
Okay.
they fall into that graded category, or excuse me, the guaranteed issue category.
Perfect. Okay, good. Excellent. So
Yes.
I know, guys, you guys are going to have a lot of questions about this once this launches. One of my biggest questions, because sometimes when a carrier launches a new product, the application is really difficult. And you have assured all of us that, hey, listen, the application is not really going to be changing as far as difficulty. There's not going to be a PI or a phone interview. The medical underwriting might take an extra minute. Is that right? Because you're doing preferred and
It's still going like that.
good,
Okay.
good.
If you want to go out and play around with the application and take a look at how it is right now, or how it's going to be when it launches, it's out there. There's a sandbox out there. So once you log into the portal, you have a couple different ways to get at that. You can click on the On the left-hand side, the Insured Legacy Resources tab, that'll take you right there. Or right when you're on the dashboard, there's a digital toolkit, a little more than halfway down the page. You can open that up and you can launch it from there as well. So you can actually go out and play around with the application. There are some great enhancements that we had out there, pre-filling information that we can go out and pull. A list of potential or people that are coming back at that same address. So when you're doing beneficiary information, a lot of times it's just the husband or the spouse and they live at the same address. So we're able to bring that in and speed up the application process a little bit.
Amen. I know that we had a question.
No, Kayla Stone. Ha ha ha. That's the one thing that we had not got to yet. And that's going to be the face amounts. So we are going back down to $5,000 for our minimum face amount. On the simplified, on the graded, guaranteed issue will be $3,000 for the minimum on the face amount. The maximum on the face amount. It's Tuesday, right?
Yes.
You guys like good news on Tuesdays because we all made it through Monday. Okay, the maximum is going up to 40,000. We are increasing our maximum from 30 to 40,000. Okay, your maximum is going to be 40 on the standard. On the graded, it's going to be 20,000, and on the GI, it'll be 10,000. So we're going 5,000 all the way up to 40,000.
Excellent. I love that. So definitely the preferred and standard 40,000, graded 20,000. The GI is going to be 10,000. And again, you guys have already said we don't want to be known as that GI carrier for people to go
Right.
to. Also commissions. So this is another one, folks. Each carrier has a little bit different scenario when it comes to their commissions.
Yes, we pay them.
This is very true. You pay us very well. You pay us very fast. We're very grateful for that. But between the ages of 50 to 75, you have your normal commission. From 76 to 80, it's actually very similar to Mutual of Omaha. 76 to 80, there's going to be a little commission drop. And then, of course, from 81 to 85, there's going to be another commission drop. So even if you are doing a preferred rating, let's say for an 81-year-old, it's not going to be at that same bracket of commission. It's going to drop a wee bit. So just a heads up on that one. Let's see here.
That's not new. That's not a change.
Exactly. So I love that, the ability that you guys went up to a higher death benefit. Thank you so much for that. Anything else when it comes to this product that we need to know about?
No, really, don't get scared when you see diabetic neuropathy changed, because there are a lot of pluses. The number of clients that we actually did the study on went back and looked at the historical neuropathy and insulin was very, very few percentage for the population out there. So we're still going to take neuropathy if they're not on insulin. We'll still take it if they are, but they're going to be graded.
Absolutely. So again, just kind of a reiteration, you will have a height and weight build for preferred product. For standard, there will be no height and weight, which is awesome. Again, reminder that the premiums are about going to be the exact same almost for the standard rating with what you guys are used to right now. Insulin with no neuropathy is standard. Diabetic neuropathy with metformin, pill form, Trulicity, you're looking at preferred rating. Is that correct?
Still standard.
Standard rating.
Will be
not neuropathy altogether.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Standard. But if they have metformin, they could be preferred, but insulin is automatic standard. But if they have diabetic neuropathy with insulin, it's graded, correct?
Yeah, diabetes, no insulin, they can get up to a preferred class.
Okay, got it. Yes. Okay, cool. So metformin preferred. Okay, good. Excellent. Awesome. And I love that TIA, very similar to almost that Forrester's, where you can get the standard rating TIA over a year. I love the fact that you've now added COPD, which is really cool. I'm very grateful for that. Anything else that you can think of when it comes to Royal Neighbors and this new product?
No, we're just excited. A long time coming. We internally refer to it as the ELFie because Enhanced Legacy Final Expense is a mouthful. So the ELFie's finally coming off the shelfie.
That is awesome. Well, folks, if you guys have any questions, feel free to light up the comment section. Make sure that you go to the Insured Legacy Resources tab, as well as go into the digital toolkit through your back office with Royal Neighbors. And I just want to say congratulations to those folks that seriously crushed their day yesterday. We got Adana Thompson rocking out over 2K, Shanna B, Amy, Michaela Hudson, Sarah Stansel, Casey, and Elizabeth. We've got Babs and Caitlin and Asia who rocked out over 2,000 AP yesterday. Guys, this product is launching on January 21st. Michael, thank you so much for being on today. I know it's early over there. We are grateful for that. I will see you soon. And thank you again. If also, folks, in last, we have been the only chapter ran by agents with Royal Neighbors. So if you want to get involved with the Royal Neighbors chapter, guys, shoot me a text message because we are all about serving our communities. And if you want to know how you can get involved in that, please just shoot me a text. Other than that, thanks, Michael, so much for your time. Y'all take care and have, we have one day, not one day.
Yes.
Quick question,
The
extend
answer
term and
is
RPA.
yes. Yes.
Excellent. So that doesn't change.
No.
Awesome. Great, guys. Well, if y'all have any other questions, let us know. Y'all have a great day. Take care. Thanks, Michael.